Welcome to Highway Titans. This isn't just trucking, it's a gladiator match between man, machine, and the wildest roads on Earth. Let me ask you this. What's scarier, telling your crush you like them, or driving a 40-ton truck across an icy mountain with no guardrails? For truckers, the choice is easy. At least heartbreak doesn't come with a 3,000-foot drop. Every day, extreme truckers conquer mountains, rivers, and deserts. They face snowstorms that would shut down airports, rivers that swallow wheels like hungry alligators, and deserts that fry engines faster than bacon on a skillet. These aren't just road trips, these are epic sagas of grit, guts, and grease. And guess what? They're also masterclasses in storytelling. The big idea, the core message is simple. Extreme trucking is more than transport. It's about stories that inspire, terrify, and entertain. Just as drivers navigate impossible roads, storytellers navigate the wild terrain of audience attention. The skills overlap set the scene, raise the stakes, and land the lesson. By the end of this journey, you'll know how to turn even the toughest haul, whether across a desert highway or through your daily grind, into a story that hooks people and doesn't let go. Great storytelling, like great trucking, isn't about speed, it's about endurance, focus, and keeping the load steady until you reach your destination. Every bump, breakdown, or near miss becomes part of the legend, and just like a rig rolling through storms, your story gains power, not from perfection, but from persistence. The industry behind the wheel. The trucking world in 2025 is huge. The global market is valued at over $2.2 trillion, with the US industry alone worth more than $530 billion. Trucks move about 73% of freight by weight in America, and over 65% by value. That's around 11 billion tons of goods every year. Think about it, without truckers, your morning coffee beans, your phone charger, and even your emergency potato chips wouldn't exist. No trucking, no snacks. Now that's terrifying. There are 3.5 million drivers on US roads in 2025. Some of them haul groceries between cities. Others haul fuel across frozen tundra. The pay isn't bad either. Median salaries hover near $55,000, while extreme hauls or owner-operator gigs can hit $300,000, $400,000 a year. That's right. Conquer a mountain pass in a snowstorm, and you might just afford a cabin on the mountain too. Mountains. Now let's climb. Picture the Dalton Highway in Alaska. This isn't a road, it's a dare. Stretching 414 miles across frozen wilderness, it climbs over the Brooks Range to the notorious Atagan Pass at 4,739 feet. The locals gave one corner the name Oh Shit Corner. That tells you all you need to know. Here, brakes heat up faster than your phone on 1% battery. Snow blinds you. Wind shoves you, and avalanches wait like pranksters with a bucket of snow, yet drivers still go. Why? Because fuel, food, and supplies must reach the Arctic towns. And because truckers have guts of steel and maybe just a touch of madness. One slip and you're not just off schedule, you're off the mountain. And every successful trip feels like winning a championship nobody else dared to enter. Storytelling lesson? Start strong. If your road is called Oh Shit Corner, you don't need to embellish. Sometimes the truth is dramatic enough. Rivers. If mountains test your brakes, rivers test your courage. In parts of Alaska, Canada, or Africa, the only way forward is through. No bridge, no ferry, just your wheels and a prayer. Imagine steering 40 tons of steel into a rushing current. Water slams your wheels, the trailer tugs like it wants to become a boat. Mud sucks at your tires. You can't stop or you'll sink. You can't speed up or you'll stall. Somewhere in the middle, you start bargaining with the universe. Dear river god, I promise to eat kale if you just let me out alive. Truckers later laugh about it, describing how their rear wheels floated like pool toys. But in the moment, it's pure terror. Rivers don't care about your delivery deadline. They make their own rules. And every crossing becomes a story that's retold louder, scarier, and funnier at every truck stop along the way. This is storytelling gold. Contrast fear with humor. Let the audience feel the panic, then release it with a laugh. That's how you keep them hooked. Deserts. Now we head south into deserts that feel like ovens on wheels. Out here, the sun doesn't just shine, it attacks. Engines overheat, tires soften, and drivers sweat buckets. Your air conditioning? About as useful as a snowblower in the Sahara. Desert trucking is about endurance. It's endless sand, shimmering mirages, and the haunting thought that your radiator is about to quit. Drivers joke that their skin gets so dry they could audition for a mummy movie without makeup. But humor hides a serious truth. In deserts, breakdowns can be deadly. Without shade or water, every decision matters. Out here, even a flat tire can turn into a survival story, and every mile feels like a bet against the sun. The desert doesn't forgive mistakes, it magnifies them. Storytelling tip: use exaggeration. The desert isn't just hot, it's so hot your steering wheel doubles as a frying pan. Comedy exaggeration paints pictures people remember. The tech revolution on the road. Extreme trucking isn't just brawn anymore, it's brains too. In 2025, the electric truck market is worth nearly $6 billion, and it's growing fast. Companies are testing battery-powered rigs that can handle long hauls and steep climbs. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence manages fleets, predicting maintenance, optimizing routes, and even monitoring driver alertness. By 2030, AI fleet management could be worth over $14 billion. Safety is also in the spotlight. Large trucks are involved in nearly 10% of fatal accidents, so companies and governments are spending around $14 billion each year on safety systems. Lane assist, collision warnings, and smart braking aren't just gadgets, they're lifesavers. In extreme terrain, they're the difference between a story you tell later and one told about you. Here's the kicker: technology can't replace courage. Adigan Pass doesn't care if you have lane assist. A river doesn't check if you've updated your firmware. But combine human grit with tech smarts, and you get a trucker's best chance at survival. Storytelling lessons from the road. So what do rivers, mountains, and deserts have to do with you? Everything, because each extreme haul follows the same structure as a great story. It begins with a scene: the icy pass, the raging river, the scorching desert. It raises the stakes: a brake failure, a flooded engine, a dying radiator, and it ends with insight, preparation, resilience, or sheer dumb luck. That's the three-stage trucker storytelling blueprint. Scene, stakes, lesson. Keep it short, keep it vivid, make it human. Wanna practice? Take your toughest challenge at work, in life, or in love. Write it in 3 lines. I was broke and scared. If I failed, I'd lose everything. But I learned that resilience beats fear. Congratulations, you've just told a story that could stick. Humor on the highway. Truckers are natural comedians. Spend a day in a truck stop diner, and you'll hear lines that could rival stand-up comedy. Humor is how they deal with danger. A mountain that wants to kill you becomes just another speed bump. A desert meltdown turns into free sauna therapy. A river crossing is just giving the rig a quick bath. Humor is more than relief, it's connection. Audiences lean in when they laugh. They relax, and once they relax, they listen. That's why humor is storytelling fuel. Sprinkle it in like salt, just enough to keep things tasty. The emotional arc. This video isn't just about trucks, it's about you. I want you to feel curious as we dive into numbers, awed as we ride into mountains, tense as we cross rivers, and relieved as we laugh about deserts. By the end, I want you inspired, ready to tackle your own extreme roads, whether that's building a business, chasing a dream, or simply finding courage to tell your story out loud. Trucking in 2025 is a multi-trillion-dollar industry filled with extreme challenges. Mountains test brakes, rivers test nerves, and deserts test endurance. Technology is advancing, but courage is still the real king. Storytelling follows the same roadmap: set the scene, raise the stakes, and land the lesson. The takeaway is clear: the best stories aren't polished, they're lived with grit, sweat, and humor. Viewers are encouraged to like, subscribe, and share their own toughest stories. The next episode teases autonomous rigs, and the future of trucking.it closes with a humorous punchline reminding us that in both trucking and storytelling, if you miss the turn, there's always another gear, followed by the signature line, "Welcome to Highway Titans."